Hello class 9 children. Welcome to today's online class. So today I am going to begin a new chapter, chapter 8, triangles. So before I begin this chapter, I will teach you the meaning of congruency of triangles. So as you all know children, in a triangle we have three angles and we have three sides. Like you can say this is one angle, this is second angle, this is third angle. Three angles and three sides, DE, DF and EF. So three angles, three sides. So in two triangles, when any three things, like it can be two side, one angle, or it can be all three angles, or it can be all three sides, when they are equal to each other, that means three things. It can be two angle, one side, two side, one angle, all three sides, or all three angles. When such condition takes place, then the two triangles are said to be congruent, and there are few conditions for the triangles to be congruent. So conditions for congruency of triangles we will learn today children. So first condition, side angle side. Here I have written side angle side axiom. So by the condition of side angle side, the two triangles can be said congruent. Suppose you have a triangle ABC here and here DEF. Suppose AB is equal to DE. I have given this single line, single mark, that means AB is equal to DE. Double mark means BC is equal to EF, and this angle symbol means angle ABC, angle B is equal to angle DEF, that is angle E. So you can see three things, first, second and angle third. So side angle side, side angle side. So in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, same thing I wrote. AB is equal to DE, given as it is given in the diagram. Angle ABC, angle ABC means angle B is equal to angle DEF, that is angle E, angle E. This is also given, both are equal. BC equal to EF, BC is equal to EF, it is also given. Then we can say these two triangles are congruent. This is the symbol of congruency, equal to symbol and then one small type of mark here. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by side angle side axiom. This is side angle and side axiom. This is first condition. Children, let us learn the second condition of congruency of triangle. So here we have by angle side angle or angle side axiom, angle side. You can see here two angle and one side, or AAS, both are same. So we have the two triangles here, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. So in this triangle, the heading I wrote here. So in these two triangle, angle ABC is equal to angle PQR. ABC, that means this angle B, and angle PQR, that means angle Q. The middle one we take actually, B and Q. Both are equal, it is given. You can see single mark is there, it is given. Next one, angle ACB, that means angle C, equal to angle PQR, that means angle Q. This is angle, PQR, that means angle R. Both are equal. It is also given, double mark you can see. ACB, angle C, PQR, angle R. Both are equal, it is given. AB equal to PQ. AB is equal to PQ. Both sides are equal, given. So we can say these two triangles, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by angle side axiom, because two angle and one side. So angle side, that means AAS. Children, let us learn the third condition for a triangle to be congruent. So third condition is side axiom, that means all are sides. So you can see triangle ABC, triangle XYZ. So as per the diagram also with this symbol, the three mark means these two are equal. Single mark means these two are equal, and double mark means these two are equal, and all are sides. So in triangle ABC and triangle XYZ, AB is equal to XY, it is given. BC is equal to YZ, BC is equal to YZ, it is given. AC is equal to XZ, AC is equal to XZ, it is given. That means all are sides, first side, second side, third side, first side, second side, third side, all three sides are equal. So that's why this two triangle ABC is congruent, this is congruent symbol, is congruent to triangle XYZ by side axiom. Children, let us learn the fourth condition of congruency of a triangle. So we have a fourth condition, RHS axiom. Please don't take RHS as right hand side, but here in this triangle chapter, RHS means right angle, R for right angle, H for hypotenuse, and S for side. Now I will tell you the meaning of right angle, hypotenuse and side. Actually, this particular condition is only applicable for right angled triangle. Right angled triangle means a triangle having one of its angle as 90 degree is called right angled triangle. So you can see this is a right angled triangle where 90 degree is at this point B. The straight standing portion, the base here, it is 90 degree. Here the 90 degree is at this E. So that means both are right angled triangle. So in this triangle you can see triangle ABC, this angle, both the angle are equal 90 degree. AC is hypotenuse, DEF is hypotenuse. Actually the slanted portion is called hypotenuse, the lower portion is called base, the standing portion is called perpendicular. So this both hypotenuse are equal and the base are equal, whereas I did not take perpendicular. If I take perpendicular, then I should not take base. So here I have taken as base equal. So here I wrote in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, in these two triangle, angle ABC, that means angle B and angle DEF, that means angle E, both are equal because both are 90 degree, it is given also. AC equal to DF, and both are hypotenuse, and given it is equal. Now BC equal to EF, both are base, BC equal to EF, both are base, it is given. So now we can say both the triangles, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, congruent by RHS, that is right angled, 90 degree right angle, H hypotenuse, S side means I have taken one side as base. If I take AB equal to DE, then here I would write AB equal to DE and here I would write perpendicular given, but here I will write side only. That means perpendicular and base is named as side, but hypotenuse is named as H and 90 degree has been named here as R, that is right angle. So this is the fourth condition. So whenever you are proving the two triangles are congruent and if both the triangles are right angle triangle, then you have to understand the fourth condition. And for other triangles, condition number 1, condition number 2 and condition number 3. Condition number 1, it was side angle side, second was angle side, third one was side, and this fourth one is RHS, that is right angled, hypotenuse and side. Now children, you have to understand one more here. Full form of CPCT. Full form of CPCT is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now what is the meaning of corresponding parts? Corresponding parts means if I take base from here and here also you find base, so they are called corresponding parts. Here I take hypotenuse, here also hypotenuse, both are equal. This is again corresponding parts, that is corresponding sides. Corresponding sides, this angle and this angle also are corresponding angle. That means CPCT means when you are proving a triangle it is congruent, then on that case if you are proving by the method of CPCT, that is corresponding parts of congruent triangle, then by the end you can say these two triangles are congruent by RHS and by CPCT, that means corresponding parts of. So when I do some exercise for you, you will understand all this meaning. I hope children you understood these all congruency conditions. These 4 conditions please you remember and copy down all these things in your copy as a note. Thank you children.